A very good morning, students. As in the previous video, we have studied about the barter system of exchange as well as its drawbacks. Therefore, to overcome the drawbacks of barter system and to smoothen the process of exchange, a medium of exchange was very much necessary, and that intermediary or the medium of exchange is termed as money. Therefore, you can say that money is the most useful and necessary invention because it can serve as a medium of exchange. But the money has evolved after a very much long process, and that process looked like firstly, the money was introduced as the commodity money, which means that the commodities like that of salt, pearls, seashells, etc., they have been used as a medium of exchange. Therefore, they used to be known as commodity money, which means that in the evolution of money, firstly, the commodity money was introduced, in which various types of commodities were exchanged as money. Clear? Then comes the animal money, in which the animals were exchanged or were used as a medium of exchange. For example, I need to buy some grains from any farmer. In return of that, I will provide him with any animal. For example, any cow, any horse, goat, etc. This is known as the animal money. In the commodity money, we used to exchange the commodities like that of salt or any kind of necessity, you can say, or any kind of shells and all, or the pearls, which were the precious materials at that time. Those were used as the medium of exchange. Then after the commodity money, the animal money came into existence, in which the animals were exchanged in return of certain commodities. After the animal money came the existence of the metallic money, in which some metals were exchanged, or you can say the metals were taken as a medium of exchange, for example like gold, silver or copper. These metals were also used at the time of the existence of monarchs, or you can say that the coins which we are using are also the metallic money, or the gold and silver coins which were used in ancient times are known as the metallic money, in which the goods were exchanged with the use of these metal coins, and those coins may be made up of some gold, silver or copper material. Clear? Next one is the paper money. After the metallic money, what came into existence is the paper money, which we are using in the present days also, and also known as the currency notes. Like we are using rupee as our currency, and rupee 100 note, rupee 500 note, rupee 2000 notes. What is all that? All that is the paper money. Another form of money is the credit money, also known as the near money. Now this is the form of money which is kept by the people in the form of bank deposits with the banks, and which can be withdrawn or transferred to someone else through a bank check. As we know that we must have our savings account with the banks, and we used to make deposits in those accounts. Now what is that? That is credit money or the near money, which we can transfer very much easily from one account to another. So this form of money also came into existence after the paper money and is being used by the people very much. And the last one is the plastic money. Basically, it is the most modern form of money in which the cash cards are used, which includes the debit cards and the credit cards. Along with that, e-money has also been introduced, which is the form of electronic transfer of money, which is done through the debit entries or the credit entries in the bank account. So this was all about the evolution of money, or you can say that how money evolved after the barter system of exchange. Therefore, the money is now used as a medium of exchange or for the various transactions to take place. Now after that, we will study about the functions of money. Now these functions of money are related to the elimination of the drawbacks of barter system of exchange. You can see that as we have read in the drawbacks of barter system of exchange, there was that in barter system there was lack of double coincidence of wants, then there was lack of transfer of value, lack of unit of value, lack of store of value. Now all those drawbacks are being covered by the money, which are taken as the functions of money. Among that, the first one is the medium of exchange. As we know that money is evolved, or the origin of money has been done to take it as the medium of exchange, so that we can exchange some goods and services with the help of money. Next one is the store of value. Now we can also use money for our savings, or we can store the value of money for our future use, which was not possible in case of the barter system of exchange. Now next function of money is that measure of value. Now measure of value means that we can make out the value of goods and services, and it can be expressed in the form of money. For example, if someone asks me that what is the value of your car, I can easily answer that because it has been possible with the evolution of the money only. And the last one is standard for deferred payments. Now money can also be used as a standard for deferred payments, and deferred payments are also known as the future payments. Basically, these are those payments which are made in the future. If I am purchasing some item and I will say that I will pay for that to you in the coming times or in the future. Like there is the present facility of 0% finance in which people used to purchase the items, but the payments for that is made in the future in the form of installments. So what is that? That is the deferred payments, which is only possible with the evolution of the money. So this was all about the functions of money, and from these functions of money we can make out the definition of money, which says that money is what money does, which means that money, anything which performs the functions of money will be regarded as money. So we can define it as it is an instrument that serves as a medium of exchange, store of value, a measure of value, and standard for deferred payment. So from the functions only we made out the definition of the money, that is money is what money does, that is money performs its functions, and therefore it is an instrument that serves as a medium of exchange, store of value, a measure of value, and standard for deferred payments. Now next comes a very much important concept related to money, that is the money value of money and the commodity value of money. So you must know that what do you mean by money value of money. It simply refers to the value which is inscribed on coin or written on a paper note. For example, if I say that I have a 1 rupee coin and rupee 1 is written on the coin, which is the money value of money, that is whatever is inscribed on the coin or is written on a paper note is the value of that money. For example, money value of 500 rupee note is what is written on it. Like if I am having rupee 500 note and rupees 500 is written on that, which means that the value of that currency note is 500 rupees, or you can say the money value of 500 rupee note is rupees 500, and we can buy goods and services worth that money value in market. If I am having rupees 500 note, I can purchase various goods and services worth rupees 500 from that note. That is, as whatever value is written on a paper note or is inscribed on a coin refers to the money value of money, which makes the worth of that note or a coin through which we can make the transactions. This was known as the money value of money. Next comes the commodity or the intrinsic value of money. Now basically it refers to the value of the commodity that the money is made of. Now commodity basically refers to the material which is being used in making that form of money. Suppose if we talk about the coins, the material or the metal or an alloy from which that coin is made up of, what is the value of that commodity? That is known as the commodity value or the intrinsic value of money. Therefore, it also refers to the market value of the metal, or you can say any alloy which is used in making coins. So it is known as the commodity or the intrinsic value. For example, gold or silver coin. If I am having rupee 1 coin and it is made up of an alloy. Now what is the commodity or the intrinsic value of that coin? It will be that of the metal of which that coin will be made up of. Now you must be thinking that if we are using paper notes, then what is the commodity value of those paper notes, or the currency, you can say. You will be clear with that concept after we will study the forms of money. So the next topic we are going to study is the forms of money, in which there are 4 forms of money. First one is the fiat money, second one is the fiduciary, then is the full bodied money, and the last one is the credit money. The first one among them are the fiat, also known as the legal tender money. Now it is the money which is issued by order or authority of government. Now you must know that the currency notes are issued by the Reserve Bank of India or the central bank, which means that fiat or legal tender money is the money which is issued by order or authority of the government. The government orders or issues this money for the use of the people. They are also called legal tender money as they cannot be refused by any citizen of the country for settlement of any kind of transaction. Now for example, I went to the market for purchasing any item and I have given ₹100 note to the shopkeeper to provide me with any good which I demanded. If he will refuse that ₹100 note, that will not be a legal action because the notes are legally authorized or ordered by the government to be used in the market for exchange activities. Therefore, the fiat money is also known as the legal tender money, in which the main examples are the notes and the coins. If someone is having the notes or coins for the exchange of any items, he will never be refused for settling any kind of transaction because it is being issued, because the notes or the coins are issued by the order or authority of the government. Even if the value of the notes, you can say the paper notes, is negligible, which means that if the commodity value of the notes is negligible, then also it is being used by the people for the exchange. Now what is the reason behind that? Now here comes the answer to your question, which you must be thinking that what is the commodity value of money? The commodity value of the paper notes is almost negligible, but then also these are being used by the people or in the market because these are the legal tenders, which means that it is the money which is backed up by the authority of the government. Therefore, if someone is not accepting the notes or coins for the receipts or the payments transaction, it will be unlawful. Therefore, the people needs to accept the notes and coins as the legal tenders and make the transactions. So over here, the commodity value doesn't matter. What matters is the authorization or the issuance of the money which is done by the government or the central bank. So this was all about the fiat or the legal tender money. Now next one is the fiduciary or the non-legal tender money. Now what is this? It is the money which is accepted as a medium of exchange because of the trust between the payer and the pay. Basically, this is a form of money which is not backed up by the government, but still it is used as a medium of exchange only because of the trust between the payer and the pay. Therefore, it is also known as optional or voluntary money because its acceptance is not compulsory and is wholly based on the mutual trust of the people who are using this form of money as a medium of exchange. The example of that is checks, drafts, bills of exchange, etc. Now suppose we are using the checks as a medium of exchange. Now what is that? That is only the trust between the payer, that is the one who is paying the money, and the payee, the one who is accepting the money. That is, the check is not legally accepted by the government, but still, actually it is not legally backed up by the government, but still it is being used in the market, or the draft money is being used only because of the trust between the payer and the payee, that they will not in any kind of activity which may provide loss to another individual. Therefore, these forms of money or the non-legal tender money is used only on the basis of the mutual trust between the two individuals or the ones who are making the transaction. So this was the fiduciary or the non-legal tender money. Now next one is the full bodied money. Now here comes the usage of the money value of money and the commodity value of money, which we have studied earlier. Clear? So full bodied money is the money in terms of coins whose money value equals to the commodity value, which means that the value which is inscribed on a coin, you can say, is equal to the commodity or the material which is used in making that coin. If both the values are equal, that is known as full bodied money. For example, if a rupee coin during British period in India was made up of gold and the commodity value of the coin was equal to the money value at the time of its issuing, or you can say that if the market value or the commodity value of that gold which was used in making that 1 rupee coin was equal to rupee 1, so that will be known as full bodied money, in which the money value of the coin is equal to the commodity value, and this form of money is basically used in terms of coins only. The next one is the credit money. The credit money is a form of money in which the money value is more than the commodity value, which means that if we are using rupee 1 coin, the value inscribed on it is more than the value of the material from which that coin is made up of. The coins which we are using right now, or you can say the material which is used in making that coin, is very much less than the value which is inscribed or the value which is written on it, that is rupee 1. And why it is done so in India? Because if the money value is less than the commodity value, what people will do? People would have melted the coins and may sell it in the market at a price greater than rupee 1. For example, I am having rupee 1 coin and the commodity value, that is the market value of the material of which rupee 1 is made up of, may be more than rupee 1, that is it may be 1.5. Then what people must have done? The people would melt this coin and may sell this metal in the market for making the future profits. So that is why in India we are using the credit money in the form of coins. So this was all about the forms of money. The next topic which is of general reference to you is Indian monetary system, which will explain that what kind of money system is followed in India. You must know that the Indian monetary system is managed and controlled by the Reserve Bank of India or RBI, which is our central bank. Therefore, all the monetary system or the money or the notes is managed and controlled by the Reserve Bank of India or the central bank of any country. Next, the standard form of money which is used in India is rupee. As we know, the currency of India is rupees. And the next one is, it works on the minimum reserve system of note issue, which means that the Reserve Bank of India or the central bank needs to keep a minimum reserve or minimum amount of rupees 200 crores with themselves, which may be in the form of the gold and foreign securities. Out of these 200 crore rupees, the value of gold must be 115 crore, which means that if RBI needs to keep the minimum reserve of rupees 200 crore, which can be in the form of gold and foreign securities, out of these 200 crore rupees 115 crore must be in the form of gold. So this was all about the Indian monetary system. We will study more about it in the next video, in which we will study about the supply of money or the money supply, along with that the suppliers or the producers of money. Then you will come to know about how these notes or the coins are issued in our country. So this was all about today's video. I hope that all of you are clear with the concept I have explained you today. Thank you so much.